Hello and welcome to the Merry Boozers RC channel, guys. It's been a good weekend for us. Didn't get any flying in, but we got a whole lot of building in.
A whole lot of building
in.
This has been an assembly more than 6 screws.
Yeah, this one's got 1 or 2 more screws in it than the normal 6 that we're used to now.
And we've only put in about 17
hours, yeah.
In this build, and we're not through.
No, but it's been really good, and I'm glad we've been doing it. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, don't get us wrong on all this. We've actually really enjoyed the whole process, and it's been kind of fun doing it together. We've never built a ARF together before, so we haven't killed each other yet, so that's a good set.
But it would be nice if we had just a little bit more time. But
right, we're trying to get it done pretty quick, so you know, if we do it again, we're probably going to take our time a little more on the next one. Hey, dog, stop.
But it is a beautiful kit, guys.
Oh,
I can't tell you any more about it. Of course, we'll have the build video out on it. But this thing is just, I can't find anything really. There's a few little quirks about it that you have to tweak, but other than that, I mean, I can't really. It's not anything that I haven't seen before that Lori, you can't fix.
You got it on this microphone too, right? Okay, just making sure. Yeah. No, there were some little hurdles here and there, guys, on the build, and this is a build. I mean, get your thinking caps on when you go to putting this one together. It's still not bad. It's an assembly still, but
no,
there are some things in it that it's a little different than normal. Let's just say that. You know, you've got to put all the hinges in and hang everything and put all the servos. I mean, it's...
And this thing's got a ton of screws. I mean, a ton of screws. I mean, when you screw in all the hinges on the wings...
Here, I'll tell you what, guys.
I mean,
let me pick up my little camera and walk around with it real quick.
I mean, screws out the kazoo.
You got me on there, Lori? Oh, there we go. There you go, guys.
Each one of those hinges have 2 screws in it. And then you have the attachment on the aileron and the flap that has 2 screws on them.
Give it all the kind of tool around.
All the bolts that's in the landing gear, there's a ton of bolts in the landing gear. And it really, it's really nice to have 2 people, because sometimes one person's doing one thing and the other one's trying to hold it while the other one's screwing a nut on. So it's really kind of nice to have somebody to be with you when you're doing this. But you guys got any questions for us as far as what we've been doing? The first day, I'll give you kind of a rundown on the build. The first day, we actually put the 2 wings together. But now you guys have got to remember that we're not only just assembling this airplane, we're videoing what we're doing, which slows us down. So that 17 hours I'm talking about, you could probably cut maybe... 5 hours of something? I don't know. You got to take a little bit of time to slow down and stop and do the videoing thing. So, okay, Lori, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Someone wants to know if you know how many rivets are on it.
Nope.
No.
It actually comes, guys, out of the box with the rivets on it, that was something I was trying to get across in the video that we unboxed it, but all this riveting and scale detail in this airplane actually comes like that.
Well, another thing about this airplane, it's not actually a plane that would have rivets, because it's mostly a tube and covered airplane, the real one, so it's fabric airplane, so there's not a lot of rivets on it. Go ahead. Yes, next question.
The next question is, can it be electric?
It is electric.
It will be electric.
So the question was, can it be electric? Ours is actually going to be an electric airplane. It's going to be running 8S, 5,000 milliamp back.
With a 160
I don't remember what
It's
motor
equal to like a
I'm going to set out, Laura,
1.8
if you want to switch them back
horsepower motor that will
We'll walk
take,
around again in a little while.
But this airplane can be gas also.
Let me look it up, guys. I'll tell you what the actual motor is real quick.
It takes like a 35cc gas motor. I'm not really. I mean,
hang on, guys. I can answer that exact.
Okay.
Give me just a minute. Is there another question while we're getting to that, Lori? We're good right now.
Wait, yeah. Is that the motor and ESC you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking them up right now.
Yeah, we're looking at them up.
I don't see another question yet.
Okay.
There is the. What did we do with the cover?
Which cover? What cover?
For the box. It's on there.
I have no idea. It's right up there.
Yeah.
It's up there.
Cutting from the camera.
It's okay. Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry. Here's all the information.
Is the sound of our voice very soothing tonight?
Sorry, but we're kinda out
Bob
of our
Ross
element.
style. Pretty clouds, pretty clouds.
It says here a rimfire 1.60.
Well, hang on. I was still getting to
LiPo cells, 12 cells.
I meant to have this
4,000
up.
to 5,500.
it. Yeah. I meant to get this up here a minute ago. Hang on a second, guys. We're actually building it with all the these
There's
websites.
their
So
brushless
hang on.
outrunner. 35cc gas, guys. That's what it takes.
Admiral GP 26 6330 245 kV brushless motor. That is the motor that's going to be going on this airplane.
Okay. Now,
There you go.
And
Does that answer that?
And I'm reading
I've been asked that several
off of the
times.
box. Okay, guys. So
Yeah. What the actual motor we are putting on this airplane is the Admiral GP 26 6330 245 kV brushless motor. That is the motor that's going on this.
it
Yes.
takes.
Hang on.
I plan to get this thing to the airfield.
The wings slide off really easy, guys. Actually, you would think it'd be very difficult to take it all apart and put it together, but it's not. I can show you actually.
You will have to pull the wings off.
I'm gonna grab this real quick,
I'll grab one side.
Lori. Well, we're not gonna take them all the
No,
way off.
I'm
but
just
we'll
gonna
show
hold
them.
this.
Give us the. There you go. So we've got to add the screws into this piece yet. We haven't quite done this yet, but this slides up. Oh yeah. This is going to come off with screws, and as you can see, the wing is actually mounted with these two pieces right here. They're loose right now, so Dad, if you'll just slide that one out and show them, I mean, it just keys right out like that,
Just
guys.
pulls apart right like
That's
that.
good.
And then you pull it back together.
Right. I mean, it's that easy taking the wing on and off of this. And we're setting it up to where we're going to have our servo leads coming up through in here, and then they'll be able to unhook right here.
And you might as well give them a
If
look
you'll
at the
pull the
servo.
front off,
Oh.
the cowling's just sitting on it too, guys. We pull that off, and there's the motor mount if you were curious. And pull that up. We just lift that one. There you go. There you go. So here's the shot of the inside, guys, and how we ran everything so far. So we brought all our servo leads right up through the middle. We want to keep everything away from the control surfaces. There's actually a board that's going to mount over this to complete the cockpit where you can't see any of this. And our battery tray is right here in the nose.
So you will be taking this off
Right now.
to install the battery.
So that's our battery tray compartment right there. You can see how easy that is.
There's two screws to attach this, or on the sides here we don't have them in, but that's
Right.
how that works.
Same thing as one on that side, just for ease of it.
Of course,
but-
the cowl will never come off.
Right, once the cow's on for real, it'll be there for all the time.
Situation there.
You can see the gigantic wheels too. I mean, the landing gear on this thing are huge, and they are suspension landing gear too. Just slide it on a little further, and it'll stay. There you go, perfect.
I'll get it out of the way.
And then the other neat thing they did is they even simulated, if you can see it here, all the stitching, because this would be a fabric airplane. You see all the stitching underneath?
No.
Is that coming across the way? Yeah. Now I will say the landing gear were kind of a pain. It was definitely takes a long time to figure out where all the bars and all these little lock nuts and everything go on it, which we'll be showing in our build video, kind of this stuff. But as you can see, I mean, you've got to bolt all of that together. I do love the fact that they pocket all the servos. So if you look at the bottom of this wing, the servos are inside the hatch, and all you see coming out is the hinge for the
Or the
servo.
rod, the push rod.
The rod. For this, Yeah, and you can see that it's actually a Fowler flap, so the wind can flow through the flap right here, and when it's closed, the wind still flows through the flap. So that's how that's designed. And the ailerons actually have the little weights out here on them. They're supposed to look just like the real airplane would have those little weights. Pretty neat. Anyway, Lori, other view? And then your question?
Well, the first question was what ESC was it?
It's 120 amp Gecko. I got it right here. Hang on. I literally have everything here, but the motor hasn't got here yet. But here we go. Little desk cam, Lori. Here you go, guys. There's the Gecko ESC. Dad, you want to pull it out of there real quick, and I'll show them it, since they're wanting to see that.
And then the next question.
Sponsored by Mug. There you go, guys. Yeah.
It's not no little
120
tiny
amp.
thing.
There you go. Gecko 120 amp ESC, guys. There it is. Oh, there we go. So it's big. Everything on this airplane is very big.
Yes. Yes.
So there you go.
This motor is going to be about approximately, if you can see that, about that size. I mean, this thing.
Yeah, the motor's going to be pretty big too.
I've already put one of these kind of
All right,
similar
front
to
view.
this on another model that I have that I built a long time ago. It's a Pete and Paul, but it's maybe a foot shorter wingspan than this airplane.
Yes, ma'am.
How many millimeters?
Oh, I have no idea.
Wait.
It's 100 and...
Wingspan is 2850 millimeters.
There you go. 2,850 millimeters.
The length is 1,910 millimeters.
There you go. We don't know millimeter very well. It's 113 inches? 112
Well,
inches. Yeah, 112.20 inches to answer the
And the
wingspan.
length is 75.20.
There you go.
And it's approximately, flying weight will be 18 pounds.
Yep. It will be a pretty heavy plane. You definitely don't want to get hit by this one.
So,
Not feel-
a monster
Oh, yeah.
in some ways. I've seen larger, but not just on an everyday guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Not a question or a statement. Just wanted to let y'all know we did get a super chat from Farmer Man Rose. Just wanted to say a big thank you.
Thank you, Farmer Man.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you
very much appreciate super chats. It's helping fund. So if you guys didn't notice tonight, we're not in the normal hangar, and that is because we didn't have the room in there for this one. So you are currently looking at the future site of the new Mary Boozer hangar. We are getting ready to build a wall right here behind us, and this is going to become the new Mary Boozer room. So we'll have a table out in the middle of the room that we can build on and work on and have enough room to actually do this. So
If we continue to do things this size.
yeah, we're going to have
I mean,
this room.
It's starting to get to where it's too small.
Yeah, our other room, although you'll never hear me complain because I'm happy for everything we've been able to do.
And you don't want to look at it anyway because it looks like a bomb went off in
Yeah,
there.
our other little room looks like a bomb went off
I mean,
in there because
all
we've been
those
building
pretty
all
little
week.
Tools and everything that's usually hanging on the wall.
They're
kinda
scattered everywhere. But hey, it's part of building something like this. Yes, ma'am.
Flaps.
What about it?
Does it have flaps?
Yes, it definitely has flaps. We are going to do...
flaps. Big.
Yes,
big
it has
flaps.
Fowler flaps on this airplane, and I was showing a second ago, but I'll show again from right here. Let me get the little thing here. So let's go to the other camera, Lori.
I'm trying to answer, sir.
This
She's getting
airplane,
that. There we go.
this airplane could probably be the grandfather of all Stoll airplanes.
Right. So tell them about Mussolini.
Yeah. Before helicopters, guys,
There you go.
when the Allies invaded Italy and the Italians were not too, they wanted to kind of give up. They arrested Mussolini. Prison up on top of a hill, big mountain. Well, Hitler didn't really want that to happen, So he had his
front loop.
a bunch of paratroopers drop in on this mountaintop,
There you go. Is that pointed at him?
free Mussolini, and how he got Mussolini out of that mountaintop is this airplane actually landed in a very short distance, and that's the way that Mussolini escaped before he was ever killed, was that Hitler planned his escape, and this airplane was what I remember, the one that was used to make his escape with. But this is I'm going to say the granddaddy of the Stahl airplane. So Stoll airplane, not Stahl. We'll Stahl. I was thinking about Stahl, but yeah, this probably started the whole thing.
Yeah, and something I see somebody saying about a 360 camera. I actually, when we made this, kind of like what we did whenever I flew the Black Horse Fairchild with James at Joe Nall, I think I'm going to put a GoPro inside this one. I don't do a lot of air footage, but a plane this big, it's very easy to put one inside looking out over the dashboard. And even though I won't probably show the whole flight that way, it'd be kind of neat to see it flying from the inside, especially because this thing's going to crawl. The couple videos I have seen of this airplane flying, it was going a million miles an hour, and I know it won't have to fly like that. And I think the fun of this airplane is going to be the slow flight. This is going to be a good...
My personal opinion.
One neat thing about doing a Storch for our big, massive airplane is no matter what the wind's doing when we go to a show or whatever else, I can fly it. Whereas if you have a real crazy airplane that's hard to fly, it's hard to fly it at every event. Whereas a Storch, I don't care what the wind's doing. I'll fly this airplane. Heck, I'll take off in a direct crosswind right across the runway and take off at 3 feet.
This airplane is great in no wind or
a bunch of wind.
You could 30-mile-an-hour wind, and this thing is not going to have a problem.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
With it, or do you just use a ceiling fan?
Right. Almost. It's a, what did we look?
I thought it was 18 by 10.
18 by 10 prop. It does not come with it, and we are currently kind of searching for a really pretty...
Or that's what is suggested.
The suggested prop is an 18 by 10.
I have another airplane in there, and we only have a 16 by 9 on it.
And it's about the same size, and it probably weighs more.
It probably weighs
So we're thinking
pounds,
we might try the 16 that we have on here and see if we like that, because it's a lot prettier prop.
Yeah,
it's got the swoop tips on it, and then they're already got the metal on them, so it looks just like a real wood prop. Now, some Storches used a metal prop, some of them used a wood prop. It just kind of depends.
A good video to watch, guys, if you want to actually see a Storch fly, is go to Kermit Weeks.
Yeah, Kermit Cam. He's got a video of him flying.
He's got like 2 or 3 of this thing flying, and you can get the idea of what this airplane can do. He actually says that it's
his favorite airplane to fly.
Funnest airplane. I think he said it's his funnest airplane to fly because of its flight characteristics. I mean, he just loves to fly it. It's a great airplane to see out of because it is a reconnaissance. It was built for a reconnaissance airplane to fly over the enemy territory and find out where they are, that kind of thing. That was actually what it was built for.
Yeah.
Low and slow.
I see Monkey Bomber 36 is in here. Thank you for joining us again. He was our contest winner for the Panther.
And I will be sending that out Monday.
Yeah, we tried to put it in the mail yesterday, but the post office closes at noon here.
And by the time we
got there at 12:15 or whatever, they were already closed.
They were already closed.
Hopefully,
it will be going out tomorrow. Papa's got it.
We were holding it. He asked us to hold it for him until Papa got here and was able to sign it. So,
and we did so, yeah. And we did throw you an extra
couple stickers and stuff
in there.
Lori says we've got another question.
We hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, we do. We hope you enjoy it a lot. Anybody that ever wins something from the Boozers, we hope you enjoy it. Yes, ma'am.
So we were asked what makes up for the extra weight, like from going from like electric to gas, 18-pound motors.
So the weight of this airplane, don't forget you've got, here I got them sitting over here. Although a gas engine is heavier, we've also got these gigantic batteries going in the nose.
By the time you put 2 batteries in this thing,
these batteries are not small.
And that motor is not light.
Motor's not light
I'm going to
either.
say that motor weighs 3 or 4 pounds.
But we will still have to add some nose.
Plane is such short coupled and it's short nosed. You got so much tail and no big motor out
but
there.
As long as it's balanced, I mean, there won't be any issue with that. The lighter they can go, the better you are. Honestly, the lighter the airplane is, the better it flies. So.
And let's answer that question. A lot of these ARFs that you see today are a built-up wing and a fiberglass fuse. This particular model, and I guess all the I can't say that. This one is all built up, guys. This is all wood.
Yeah, this
is
not a fiberglass airplane.
The whole thing is wood. I mean, there's no fiberglass in this anywhere. The only plastic or whatever is in it is in the glass on the
and all the little rods.
These are all metal.
These are metal. The landing gear is not plastic on this. That's
metal.
all metal. It looks like it's aluminum or steel rod.
Yep.
Build and everything, and it's been welded. It's impressive how the quality of everything in it is very high.
Now, they could reduce the weight and make a fiberglass fuse, and probably for flight characteristics and weight would reduce the weight.
But there's nothing
somewhat.
beats having the balsa built fuse. I mean, it looks so nice the way this is built.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with
nothing wrong with it, but yeah.
But I'm just talking.
You could
about
be
weight.
lighter if it was fiberglass. But the way they're drilling this too, if you noticed it, it's all laser cut throughout the whole thing, to where it's got the saving weight. Yes, Laura.
Have y'all ever thought about using a carbon fiber prop versus like a wood prop or plastic?
Yeah, maybe.
Could.
In our prop thing, we're going to fly it with a bunch of different props, and we want to fly it with a cheap prop first until we settle on what we want, and then I might invest in a better prop too.
You know,
it kind of depends on how everything goes with it too.
The prop we want on this airplane to get the correct prop that I think it needs is a prop that has a lot of pull, but don't.
It won't be very fast.
It won't be very fast. As you can turn it fast, but it'll have more pull than it does twist through the air.
Yeah, and we're going to play with the prop thing, guys. You know, we're kind of the testing on this still. Where's that sticker at? Speaking of being the tester.
I don't know.
It's so funny.
Yes, yeah. Next question.
Are the landing gear stretch functional?
Yes.
Yes, the struts are suspension. Hey, Lori. Give me the little cam. Look at this, guys. I don't know if all the kits come with this or just ours, but it came with this too, and I thought this was pretty cool. Test pilot of the Fieseler Storch. I don't know if this is coming in all the kits or not, but I thought that was pretty darn neat.
Another thing you need to do is let them see the tail wheel, how it works.
Yeah, it's got the...
It only has one servo with one rod going back to the
So it's a push pull, and it's got two little springs.
No, it's not a push pull. It's
but
rod
the tail wheel.
The tail wheel, and then the
your hand's blocking it.
The springs turn the wheel.
There you go.
Okay, that's how that.
Sorry,
works.
everybody. My hand was touching the microphone.
Okay. It's not a push pull. It just has one rod coming back here to the rudder, so it's not. Now, it does have, this is the odd thing about this airplane, is it does have two individual servos for each side of the elevator.
Yeah.
Now, what that means to me is that I know with experience is that when you're putting a lot of stress on the elevator, you can either do this two ways. You can run it with a push pull and one solid, but the problem is the loading on the elevator can overdo something this large and strip the gears on the servos. So I think how they engineered that is to eliminate that question and puts 2 servos on the elevator.
Thank you, Ruffins.
Yeah, go ahead. What's the next
We
question?
appreciate that very much.
Someone was asking if you think that covering will last in the sun of Florida or Texas.
I have no idea. We're going to have to get back to you. But I can't answer that question.
I want to show them the 2 servos. Somebody was asking that. Okay, so you see those 2 front servos. Those are both actually for the elevators. They run each one individually. Hang on, let me move this out of the way. There you go. If y'all can see that, how we mounted those. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. No, leave it there, Dad. I just got to talk a little louder. So when I'm up here, guys, I didn't realize y'all couldn't hear me. We're in a little different situation than normal tonight, too. Hopefully the fan's not blowing on it or anything. But these 2 servos up here in the front, right here, are the elevators. You've got each half. And then this servo back here in the back is the rudder. And you've got the 1 rod going back from that. And as you can see, everything's very nicely built too. It's almost like a ball link, but you put a screw through it, and then you put a nut on the other side, and you Loctite it. So, anyway, that's how that works. If you were curious, ta-da.
I will answer this question about the covering. The covering is not.
It's not monocoat.
It is similar to the stick paper type stuff that I've seen in ARFs in the past, but I think it might be better quality than what I've seen in the past.
Yeah, I don't know yet, guys. We haven't lived with it to be able to know yet. From what I see here, I mean, the covering looks immaculate.
Now the other Black Horse model that we did see and we did fly did have a monocoat type coating on it, the red one. The Fairchild. It
was a different type of covering than this one too.
Since they printed all the
rivets and the panel lines
are all printed. On this prior to installation, all the coloring was printed on this, so there's no stickers. It's actually printed in there. So we did not affix any of these stickers. They come pre-painted.
Yeah, as it comes out of the box here. We haven't done any customization to this at all.
This is how you get it, guys.
Now, one thing I don't.
We got another question.
Okay, let's go.
What radio system are you going to use?
Spectrum, and it's gonna have the. Hang on, I got it sitting over here.
Got an Admiral.
Admiral. I don't remember the number. It's their 8-channel with satellites. Oh, yeah, it's this one. Here you go. Right here. Hey, ta-da.
This airplane will be put together
All
with
right.
everything that has been suggested by...
We're building it exactly as if you were to go to Motion RC's website and order it with all the suggested gear right from the factory. So... that's how we're doing it.
We're not adding anything that we would do different to it. We're doing it exactly that way. So
it's going to be exactly like you went there, bought it. You can put it together with everything that came in the kit. We want you to know what you're getting, you know?
We may do some attachments a little bit different.
Yeah, like after we fly it a couple times, we might change something
like
on
it suggests that you put on the top of this here with Velcro. I might do my own way to attach.
Yeah, we're not going to Velcro it. We're going to do it with screws.
That's up to you. That's kind of an individual way to do this over a period of time. But I don't like the Velcro idea. Maybe somebody else does. But I think I'd rather screw it down on 4 corners.
Eventually, I'd like to do a cockpit in it where it actually has like full-size G.I. Joe dudes in it.
But we want you to
a gun.
but
yeah, we want you to know what you get.
See what you get, or this is something that it comes, and then you can do whatever. I mean, this is a guy that really wants to. Most of these guys that go the extreme start out with something like this and add to it.
Right. You know, this airplane could eventually be, I mean, just as good as anything else as far as the scale places.
You could take this to Top Gun.
Yeah, if you spent the time to go through and add the details and the custom stuff to it, I mean, yeah, this could be an airplane that could go there.
Yeah, sure.
The hard part's done, the building it. Then you just got to sit here and fluff it and make it pretty, add your lights and all that kind of stuff.
Or the detail of, you know, really
Sitting
go
there
into
and
the
the
detail
rivets, dots,
and research the airplane, of all the stuff that was on it and all that thing. Then you could take this to a scale event. And do very well with it. I have seen other guys that they could use this airplane. They tear all the covering off, and they put some kind
They'd make it themselves.
Cloth covering on the thing. I mean, this airplane is just whatever you want to do with it.
That's kind of the neat thing about the balsa stuff is you can build it however you want. Right. You know, nobody says you have to take this airplane out of the box and put it together and fly it the way it is. You can do whatever you want with this. If you can build it, you can make it with this.
Yep.
You know, if you can think about it, you can build it out of wood.
Yep.
If you've got the time.
Now, another question about this is probably going to be coming down the line is what happens if you dink it?
Well, the good news is nowadays they do sell the spare wings and stuff.
Yeah, the first answer you're going to have is go back to motion, and they're probably going to have the repair parts for you.
We don't always suggest that because with a balsa plane, you can rebuild it if you know how.
If you started out like old Papa did, and they didn't have any spare parts, what you did was grit your teeth and you. I mean, there was a certain part that I wouldn't go back and do if I had, so then I'd throw it away. But now, if I came in and dinked the wing or something, tore the wing off the edge or something, then it's easy enough to repair.
It just takes time.
The only problem with this airplane is matching the covering, which maybe they'll have a little bit somewhere along the line. Maybe they'll have a little bit of repair coating for you, covering for you. But most, I know they're going to probably carry a complete wing for it or whatever. But
most of the guys are just going to order a new wing.
That's today, yes. But Papa will probably try to repair his.
Let's just say Wesley's just not going to crash it.
That's
hopefully.
Right. Well, you know, that's another thing, guys.
If you're at this point, you really probably shouldn't be crashing all the time.
If you're new into this and you've only been here a year, no, you don't need to buy this airplane.
No. Let's be real.
Let's be realistic about it.
This is for somebody that's been in the hobby 2 or 3 years. They kind of got their feet wet. They're not crashing ever, hardly.
Well, and this airplane needs every one of the control functions to fly correctly. If you don't know if you don't use a rudder in flying, then you don't need this airplane.
Or you fly at 300 miles an hour and you can fly it like that. That's what I've seen.
Well, that's true. If you fly at 300 miles an hour, then you don't have to have the rudder. But if you fly it like a STOL airplane and scale airplane, that you will need to be. It's almost like flying 3D with this airplane in a way. It's not sticking it on the tail, but
it's not the hardest airplane to fly. It's not going to be the easiest airplane to fly. You've got to respect the plane for the weight it is, and just balsa flies different than foam too. I will say that it flies a lot different. But anyway, not to go down a rabbit hole there. Yes, ma'am.
Did you program the cut on and off?
What?
Cut on and off.
What do you mean cut on and off?
That was just a question.
I have no idea. It doesn't have a motor in it if he's talking a throttle cut. There's nothing in it right now. But yes, it probably will have that.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. Be more elaborate. Any other questions?
The stall on this airplane is very low speed.
Yep.
The only thing that will get you in trouble on this airplane is stalling it too high off the ground.
Hello, Captain Crouton.
The biggest problem I see with this airplane is that if you're trying to fly it too slow, any airplane, but this one is really crucial. I mean, because it flies so slow, you could get into a problem.
Yeah, just be careful with it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't want to talk too much about the flight characteristic yet
until
because we haven't
fly
flown it.
Well, that's true. But
Yes,
I mean,
that's probably how it's going to fly, but we don't know until we fly it. Who knows?
this thing ought to fly like I said. Go to Kermit.
It'll
Wicks's
probably remind
channel
me
and
of-
watch him fly that plane, and that's the way this one flies.
If I could guess of a plane that it's going to fly like, it would be that Timber. Just a lot bigger, and it's going to be a lot heavier, so it's going to penetrate the air better.
Or a Cub.
Cub, Timber.
Yeah, it's gonna be Cubby type. Yeah. What?
Captain Crouton.
What did he say?
I said that in there, and he goes, "I'm wet now."
Well, anyway, I mean, it is what it is. It's not a jet, but it can be a very fun airplane. I mean, I really believe the best time you're gonna have on this airplane is a 20-mile-an-hour wind or 30, and get out there and it'll just stall. I mean, you throttle and it's just going to sit there and almost go nowhere. It might even go backwards.
Yeah. Gene Ross, to answer your question, yes, it will be ready for the Jolly Good. That's kind of why we're in such a hurry, is this plane has to be done by Jolly Good. It's going up there to be the debut kind of show plane for Motion RC, so it's got to be ready for that. And in all honesty, guys, this plane was donated to us from Motion RC to put together for you guys. That's the only reason I can afford to do it, to be real honest.
But it does still belong to Motion RC.
Yeah, and it still belongs to
us. It belongs to Motion RC. And that's why we are not doing anything above and beyond what we're telling you that they supply.
And we'd rather be honest with you guys.
Yeah.
We're not saying the things we're saying about it because they give it to us. I mean, if it's crap, we're going to tell you that too. But they have kind of stepped up to the plate and hooked up the boozers with this one. They knew that we loved balsa planes, and they asked us to do this, and we were like, heck yeah, we're all over that. So,
well, we helped them with when we were at.
We helped them a lot at Joe Nall with the Fairchild, and it just kind of worked out that they said, "Would you like to do this one?" And we were like, "Heck yeah, we're all over that."
Give
so,
it to it.
Anyway, it's been a lot of.
Papa started with this, and this is what he kind of missed. Don't get me wrong, I love the foamies. I mean, I'm a foamy guy too, but this is kind of like old hometown for me. Old.
Yeah. This is what he did forever. Was this type of airplane?
Yeah, I didn't know anything.
This one's
about
huge,
foam,
but yeah.
Well, I've got one in there almost the same size.
Right.
And this one is going to fly, and hopefully one of these days, if we have it, I was wanting to fly this one along with the Pete and Paul, and kind of
that'd be neat.
Give you an idea of the Pete and Paul has no flaps. It's got the ailerons about the same size, a little smaller, but it's got the flying tail. It resembles this airplane very much, but just has no flaps. And I remember flying the Pete and Paul with a 120 4-stroke, and it was just a beautiful airplane to fly.
Yes, Lori.
Are you going to be using your IX-12?
Yes, I will be using my IX-12. And I am also going to program it to where the flaps come down for the first notch, and then when you put the second notch of flaps on, the ailerons are going to droop also. So it'll have full-length flaps at that point.
That was a characteristic of the
real airplane.
Did that too.
So I'm going to program it to do that. That's why we've got the 8-channel receiver for it. We're going to do like I said, where the flaps come down and then the ailerons droop also. So it'll be really neat.
The only time the ailerons will droop is if you go full flaps, though.
Right.
Then the ailerons will droop a little bit. But unless you go full flaps, the ailerons will stay the same.
Anyway. Well, any other questions,
it just
guys?
gives it that much more lift. But this is a lifting body airplane.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lifting airplane, that's for sure. Do Ricky, I would burn art and crochet and make something. Yeah, something. Y'all must be talking about something else down there. Anyway, me and Papa have been working our butts off on it, though, and it's been a labor of love. Let's put it that way. Like I said,
Here's
yeah, this is neat too.
Just so you know, we know about. I forgot who asked us to make a T-shirt.
I think it was Dennis Farley.
Dennis Farley. Here is actually my dad's patch.
This is the real thing. This is off of his jacket from World War II. So this patch is what, 75 years old?
5 years old. But this is
the real one off the jacket.
Not one that I've made up. There we go. Okay, there you
go. So the Mary Boozer shirt we've been asked for is to put a picture of the B-24 flying on the back of the shirt. So what we're going to do is put this on the front of the shirt and then the B-24 on the back of the plane flying. But this was the actual squadron patch that was on it.
So Lori's going to copy this, then she's going to digitize it. Then she's going to also do the airplane and do the same thing with it, like she did with Ryan on some of his shirts. And we should have that shirt available in the near future with the this is actually the 392nd Bomb Group. So anyway, poor old Lori, she keeps
waving her hands in the air like she just don't care. I keep seeing her over there. We got questions. What's up?
Any updates on the maiden of the
The
F-18?
F-18 has still not been maidened yet. It is sitting in the room over there, and I just have not got back to it. We've had the Storch. We did the A4 last week. I've just been very busy lately, guys, and haven't had a chance to maiden it. And I still have to do a part 2 of the painting video on it and finish the painting job on it. Not that I haven't wanted to do it. The paint job finished on it either. So it's coming. Like I said, right now priority is this airplane. I've got to get this one finished and maidened before the end of the month, because that's when it goes to Jolly Good.
When is Jolly Good exactly the dates? You guys remember?
The last of the month.
Last of the month.
Whatever it is, it's the holiday.
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day weekend, and it's the 30th through the 2nd.
Oh, that's close. Just so everybody kind of has an idea.
I think it's in Dalton, Georgia. Yeah. Anyway.
And no.
Hey, Ricky.
I've already answered the question. I will not be there because Mama Boozer always scheduled us to go to the beach on that particular week, which the last 2 years. Last year it was the green tide or the purple pink or whatever when we couldn't go, so we had to go to the beach up in the Panhandle. The year before that it was a hurricane that came through. I
can't remember.
Anyway,
yeah, they're going to the beach that weekend.
We're going to go to the beach and probably get blown away again because of a hurricane.
Instead of playing airplanes with me. What the heck?
Airplanes, but anyway. But hopefully that will be our end of the year.
It's sounding like the big one we're going to do again next year is Joe Knoll, and I think Ryan is going to be staying with us out there, kind of from what I've been hearing. So
Ryan,
nothing officially. Pilot Ryan.
Does he have to?
Yeah. He's going to be sleeping with you. Y'all are going to share a bed.
All right.
Is he in here tonight?
What about Mama Boozer? What are we going to do with her?
I don't know. She won't go out there, will she?
I don't know.
I don't know. If she goes, it'll be good. We'll see. I don't know. And hopefully me and Lori have our own camper by then.
Oh, I thought you were going to be saying you're going to be sleeping in a tent.
Well, we might do that too. Who knows? I don't know yet. Anyway, one way or the other, we're probably going to all be at Joe Knoll next year. I know that. Well,
sure we will.
Me and Lori will definitely be there one way or the other.
That's an event everybody's got to go to because it is the best.
I kind of want to try and go to Neffy next year. I probably will fly there and just borrow everybody else's airplanes. But I don't know for all the different places we're going to go this year. That's just kind of what I've been thinking for right now. So, what do y'all think of the future maybe boozer hanger here, guys? See, look at that. We got a couple more donations tonight. That gets us closer and closer every day to being able to finish this new shop. That'll be nice. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, let's build this thing up. I'm ready to work on these things.
I'm ready to work on these airplanes all the time if we could, but unfortunately, I still have to have a real job.
Papa's back don't like bending over these things all.
Yeah, I was actually surprised he made it as long as he did today, because all day today he's had this over the workbench, been leaned over, and I figured by now he'd be shot.
Today,
tomorrow you're going to be regretting it.
No. If I did it 5 days in a row, yes. But if I have a little bit of break between the two, I do really well.
I really am impressed with the way the airplane came out, and I didn't think the gear looked right until now. Sitting in front of me, it doesn't look bad. I figured they should have been just a hair longer, but it looks good the way it is now.
I'd like to have the Dubro low bounce air up tires.
I think the first mod we'd do is put some air up tires on it.
They make a Dubro tire that actually you put
air in it. Yeah, it airs up with the other ones.
I'd probably like to have that for the bounce because the tires are a little on the hard side on this one.
Yep.
But if you're a good pilot and you put it down real softly, you don't need those.
Yeah, and it's a big heavy airplane. I don't think it'll need them, but I would want them. You don't need a 9.5-foot Storch either, but I would want one.
Well, you don't need anything, but this is pretty odd. Bigger is always better, guys. If you ever fly a big airplane, you're missing it. I mean, it's just if you can get over the money, you can get over the size, and just fly the thing, you're going to be surprised how easy a large, heavy airplane with the right setup and the right engine on it will be. It will just be like sitting in your armchair, rocking chair, and it's just a wonderful thing to fly.
Yeah,
and that don't only go for this; it goes for a Warbird. I mean, a Warbird will do the same thing if you pick the right Warbird out. Now, if you get a big BF 109.
They're a little harder to fly. I've heard a big BF 109 is actually pretty easy to fly. It's just the landing is always the hard part with the skinny wheels.
But it wouldn't be the first one I'd try to fly.
No, it'd be a P-47.
P-47.
It'd be my first big one.
Mine was a 0.
I'd like Black Horse to do a big P-47. That'd be neat. A quarter scale.
It would be nice.
Same size as this.
Yep. They don't have any Warbird, do
they? HE-111.
Yeah, that's the twin. But they haven't got anything like a P-51.
This is a Warbird. What are you talking about?
I know, but a Warbird, a Spitfire.
That's Mustang, okay. There's 10,000 Mustangs out there. We don't need any more of them.
Well, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be neat. Whatever they bring out, I'm okay with it. It's cool to have them. Lori, any other questions for us?
Not yet.
Oh, by the way, guys. This airplane, how we put in all the hinges, we used
5-minute epoxy.
5-minute epoxy.
Z epoxy, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, Zap.
Z-Zap, 5-minute, something like that. I got it sitting over there.
Now, are you in a little bit of rush for 5 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have probably gone with a 10 or a 15 if we did it again.
I've only seen 5 or 30. I've never seen any 15s. But anyway,
but 5 minutes, you got to work quick. I tell you what, it sets up fast.
It sets up fast. But just so you know about the hinges, you use epoxy on them.
Yes, ma'am.
Ryan says talk about your armchairs.
You like our chairs, Ryan? I thought we looked pretty good in these.
I'm about to fall asleep in it, to be honest with you. I'm pooped.
We heard that the gate... Huh?
More cushion for the tissue.
That's right. We've heard that only like big YouTubers can have like... Figured we'd go full on gamer channel and get us some gaming chairs.
Yeah.
Actually, legitimately, these are my gaming chairs for when I'm playing Xbox. This one's Lori's and that one's mine. But it just worked out really well over here tonight, kick back and enjoy it. Put my feet up. Hang on.
We're kind of in a new environment here.
We're in the new environment. Let me put my feet up.
We did build the wings and everything in our building area, but when you put this together, you can't put it together in there.
Yeah, and Ryan, if you're just getting in here, this is currently our new shop, but we haven't finished it yet. We're slowly saving the money right now to put up a new wall here, and then we're going to be putting all the same stuff you guys have gotten used to in the background, but we'll have a lot more room. We'll have a room big enough to put a 9.5-foot Fieseler Storch together. And I was talking to Dad today. There's a friend of ours out in Texas that has a 12-foot DC-3 that I'd really like to have if we could figure out a way to go get it and make it possible. Maybe. Who knows, guys? And then he's got a B-29 kit.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, possibly. Yes.
So that's kind of our
12
big goals right now.
I don't know.
We don't know right now.
I don't know if I got that much energy to build one from scratch anymore. I've been ruined with the foamies.
Yeah, I've said that a couple times today. I said, "Dang, I miss my airplanes with 4 screws and they're done and I can go fly." Yeah. It's kind of spoiled me.
This one's got. I'm gonna say,
like I said, we probably got 16 or 17 hours into it now.
No, but I guarantee this thing's got at least 200 screws.
I don't know if it's
200 screws and bolts. Yeah. Nah. Yes, it does.
Nah.
I don't know. It's up there.
There might be 100. I don't know. There's a lot.
My
little fingers are wore out from running those Allen keys all day.
I'm telling you. Yes. Question.
Are they Robart style hinges or flat hinges?
Yes, they are Robart hinges.
Robart. They're not Robart.
Well, they're Robart style.
They're not. They're
Robart style.
Robart style hinges.
Yes,
that's right.
They've got the pin that goes in, and then I don't have one out of the airplane right now to show it to you. And go back and check out our unboxing video. We did show you all the hinges in that. But it's like a pin and a pin with a knuckle in the middle.
Hinge. It is like a Robart hinge that is pinned.
So
nice hinge.
They're nice hinges. Yeah.
Only problem straight.
Yeah, you got to make sure you line them all up.
Because
if you get one the wrong way, it won't go up and down.
Yeah, and then you got to make sure you don't get any epoxy in the hinge, or you epoxy the hinge and you don't have no movement. But other than that. Great deal.
Viper is dead.
But this thing's got. We haven't even got the struts on this thing. Let's tell them where we. Again, what we haven't got on the airplane. Did we have the?
We haven't put the wing struts that go up yet on the airplane. We just kind of ran out of time.
Struts that go from the wing down.
Let's see.
The pilots are not in there. The let's see.
The little guys aren't in there yet.
Yeah, they don't even fit in there yet.
Yeah,
but
sure they do.
Well, I guess they do. Stick his fanny ranny in there.
Pilot, he's not in there yet. We've got the chairs for the pilots. We've got it's got spars and stuff that come from like down here.
Yeah, the wing struts.
The wing struts.
The horizontal stabilizer struts are on, which is all. These are metal, guys. These are not fiberglass.
The cockpit stuff isn't on yet.
The ends are kind of plastic, but the metal ones are metal on the inside. What attaches to the, and all the attachments were pre-installed. All we had to do is find them through the covering and screw them in there. So it wasn't like we had to install all those. This is just...
Chris Jackson's got 2 Black Horse planes, needing to put them together, but he's not going to get them built till January.
Well...
What the heck? If you got it in the box, you might as well put it together.
Well, I can see. Take your time.
I'm just kidding, yeah. I've got like 7 airplanes still in the box right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I still haven't put together the Viper yet. So I understand that completely. Anyway, guys, yeah. So that's kind of our update on the Fieseler Storch. If y'all don't have any more questions, not to call it an early night or anything, but we have worked.
I'm fresh as a daisy,
man. We have worked on this thing nonstop all weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, all weekend.
You wouldn't let me get here at 8 o'clock.
I wouldn't let him get here early this morning. I told him, you stay your butt at home and don't get here till 10 o'clock.
Well, that was yesterday, too.
Otherwise, he'd show up at 7 o'clock and we'd have been working on it all day. And I didn't want to do that. But he got here at 10 and we worked on it up until about 10 minutes before the show stopped. And, yeah, I saw that, too. Yes, ma'am.
Ricky said he missed it. What's the motor of choice on this monstrosity?
It's the one Motion RC recommends, and I can't remember. It's called a GP36 something blogga KV. I'd have to look it up again. I looked it up earlier for everybody, and I'm sorry. Maybe I still got it here. Hang on.
All I can remember is it's like a 1.60.
It's a GP266330 245 kV brushless outrunner motor. Here, give me this. Give me this right here. There's the motor right there. Ta-da!
How much is the motor?
$129.
Only
$129. You can have one too.
And it's got a Gecko 120 ESC.
Yeah. We get a little goofy sometimes.
Is that what it is, or am I going punchy?
You're right. Gecko 120 ESC.
And if you want to put a gas engine, it takes a 35cc gas engine.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It is huge. Giggity.
And it has a 112-inch wingspan. It's got a fuselage length of 75.20. And it will approximately weigh between 18 and 20 pounds when it's finished. Yes.
Someone asked, since it's a bigger plane, is it a longer flight time, or do you have a certain amount of time?
It's probably going to be 5 to 6 minutes if I had to guess, because you're still running a gigantic motor. So you're running the ESC out of a jet in this, basically. Most of our jets are 120s.
But most props are more efficient than a jet. So
I'm going to say 5 to 6 minutes on
this. But we were getting how much time out of the Pete and Paul?
5.
No, we're getting longer than that. We're getting 7.
5.
7. Anyway, it's between 5 and 7 minutes. I'm going to say on this particular airplane, yes.
I fly it like I stole it.
But if you fly this airplane in the way it can fly, you can probably stretch some more
Barry
time
G, there
out.
already is a pilot in it.
Because it can fly very slowly and can be really conservative on the power if you fly it correctly.
Barry was wanting to know if there was a pilot.
That's
Wrong one then. There's 2 of them. Ta-da! Dun, 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 dun. Like G.I. Joe's almost. Ah! There's a mosquito hitting me! There's a mosquito on mine. Never mind. Sorry, here's the other guy. You can say something.
a lot of people think that would be the observer and the pilot looking guy with the little hat and the officer looking guy, but the officer looking guy would actually be the observer, and the little guy that looks like the observer, he's actually the pilot.
Anyway, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
What's the best way to solo hand launch the 64mm F86?
What is the best way to solo hand toss when you're at home alone?
Yep.
With the F86. I would recommend throwing with your left hand if you're right-handed. I always keep the controller over here in my right hand, and I kind of bump the throttle with my mouth usually. That way my hand's already on the control stick as I throw it. Now, my best suggestion would be get your girlfriend, get your wife, get your buddy, whoever to throw it for you. You're going to have a lot easier time getting that airplane in the air with a buddy. Not to say it cannot be done. But I would always recommend throwing left-handed. I know it's terrible and it's hard, but, you know, practice in the backyard. Right, I throw like a girl left-handed too, but I don't throw well with my right hand with an airplane because then you've got throttle and you throw it and then you're trying to find the controller. But, I mean, each his own. My biggest suggestion was throw it like you mean it to go as far as you can for distance, if you know what I mean. Like, you're not throwing for height, you're throwing for distance. If you were throwing a football or something, you're going for distance.
In that particular airplane, you don't throw it up in the air.
You throw it out.
Like you're throwing
all
a
those
baseball.
64 jets seem like
you're throwing a ball up in the air. That's about how you want to toss this.
But you're throwing for distance, not height or,
right.
You know.
You don't have to try to throw it 100 miles an hour, but you need to get the speed up, and you throw it with a pretty brisk throw.
Just wait till I show you how to hand toss with a Fieseler Storch.
Yep.
Be the king at hand tossing. I bet you could do it, but this is the funny thing, though. I wouldn't want to try it, but I'm just saying, I bet you could.
Maybe you could. I don't know.
I've had a couple people ask me to do it with the E-Flight F-16, and I've really debated it. Because I bet you I could. Anyway, answer all your questions?
Thus far.
I will say that the control rod, how this is done is a tube with a rod.
Yeah.
The tubes are run
the tubes
all the way
are pre-mounted.
from the front to the back. It comes out the side of the fuse.
Actually, I can get the little
and the rods just run right straight through it. So that's how there is not a push-pull system on the rudder. There is actually 3 rods, 2 for the elevator and 1 for the rudder.
Here, we'll show you.
I mean, a lot of people, that's how it's done. You can see the rods running down through the fuse, but there are actually 2 rods for each individual side of the elevator.
Hang on a second, all right.
And 1 for the rudder.
Let me open it up real quick. Maybe our pilot's sitting in there. See if I can show you there.
We are using high torque.
High-tech Metal Gear servos.
Yeah, high-tech Metal Gear servos. So, I mean, I used high-tech myself. I will stand behind a high-tech servo because of all the years I used them. But don't chinch yourself on servos when you got
put good
this
quality
much.
servos in this big.
If you get this much airplane, you got to go, unfortunately, with a very good servo.
Not unfortunately,
You just have to think that way, guys. And in some circumstances, I would actually recommend a metal servo horn. Or yes, question.
How big are the wheels?
They're 3 inches, I think.
Yeah, about that size.
I'll tell you. They're 4 inches. There you go. 4-inch wheels.
This would be a candidate for Dubrow
Big, low bounce, air up tires.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Big candidate for those. But they don't come with it.
They come with hard foam ones.
Yep.
Servos are $100 a piece. Yeah, no, they weren't that. They were $25 a piece, I think.
I don't know. I didn't see the bill.
I think the servos are $25 a piece. I got the receipt somewhere.
$29.99 for the
Got the receipt.
each.
The servos are $29.99 each.
$30.
And you need 7 of them for this airplane if you go electric.
Yeah, that's right. If you go electric.
If you go gas, you need 8.
8. Yeah, you wouldn't have to have that.
You really wouldn't need a metal gear
on the throttle.
Yeah, but for the servos, yeah, you're looking $200 just for the servos. But you got to think, guys. This isn't. You don't have 50 of these. You've got one big one usually, or some guys will have 3, and that's it.
One big project.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Know if you could put a DSLR camera on it?
I don't know about a DSLR, but I do plan on putting a GoPro on it. A DSLR camera is kind of heavy. They have a really hard movement. Let me put it that way. So the shots you see of all our airplanes are filmed on a DSLR, but it takes a lot of getting used to, and we've learned how to set them up to where they stay focused. I wouldn't want to put one in here. Now, GoPro all day long. You could carry that in here. You could put a real video camera in this one if you really wanted to. This thing will carry a bunch of weight.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say, man. You could really get kind of...
yeah, you could put a big camera in this to answer you.
You could dump of stuff out of here if you want.
Yeah, you could easily, and with the big, gigantic a little release on the bottom of this and be able to dump candy or whatever else out of the bottom of it.
You could do all the kind of stuff with this thing. This probably haul.
Oh my God,
2 or 3 pounds up.
Yeah. Oh my God, you could put a ton of stuff in this. I could see that making a one of those little boxes that clips up and make
things off the wings if you wanted to. I mean, if you had to.
Yeah, I could see doing something, a temporary thing that was, not something that had to be on it all the time. But if you had some kind of little box you could mount on it.
Do something for fun. You could do something.
Mount.
With that kind of airplane, you could do a lot of stuff with this thing.
Oh yeah, you could definitely take a big load of stuff up with this. Anyway. Yeah, but look what you get. I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. Probably the quality of what we're getting for the price. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah,
could you tow a glider with it? Yes, you could.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We won't be. I have a different airplane that we could tow a glider with. It's already set up for it. We've never done it. I actually set up my E-Flight Timber for glider tow. I put the glider tow arrest system in it, and we built the glider and everything, and then we never did it. So we want to do it.
But I could see you doing a glider tow with
we learned our lesson about mounting gliders on top of airplanes.
No, never do that one again.
We'll never do that again. The Peton ball, the one in there.
Yep. Had to put the whole wing back together.
The sling on it pooped it out.
Well, it had 2 straps that went over the top, a bunch of rubber bands, and you mounted the...
And half of it came off, and the glider went plunk.
Yeah, and the glider went this way, and the plane went that way, and the glider never come off, and it was a mess.
So we wouldn't do that again.
Nope, never.
Now, tow it up with a string? Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know if I'd do it with this one still.
I'm not going to do it with this plane first time, but...
I'd do it with that timber all day long, though. No problem.
Yeah, a little less money. Somebody should ask, how much is this plane going to be when you get it finished?
Probably $2,000. If I had to guess.
I don't know.
I think this airplane total, I haven't really looked at all the bills. I've got all the paperwork sitting there. I think it's $1,700 for this airplane. After you get the motor's $200, speed controller's $100. You got $200 in servos. You got all the servo extensions. Kit.
Close to $2,000.
$1,500. I'd say $1,500.
$1,500.
About the price of this plane.
Which, guys, I put a Zero together back in the day, and the Zero cost me $500. I think I had $1,200 in that quarter scale back in early 2000s.
For what you're getting here, I mean, it's pretty on point for. The price is.
Just think, and I had
what it is.
I had a 180 Sato in that.
And you didn't have metal digital servos
I had
in
the
it either.
high-tech, but I didn't have the metal gear servos in it, which that's why I lost it. But
yeah. The whole reason we don't have that zero sitting here in front of us is because it didn't have a Metal Gear servo on the elevator.
That's none of the rest of it made a difference, but that one made a difference because I had so much weight in the nose.
Barry G, the batteries are going to be Admiral. Got it right here. See that question there?
So it's going to run 8 cells?
8S, yep. So we've got
2 4 cells.
2 4-cell 5060C Admiral packs. There you go, right there. Hang on, there's a camera here somewhere. There you go.
And if I remember right, and don't quote me wrong, but I think this thing, if you had enough room up there, you could put 2 6-cell 5000s in it. I remember the motor that I put in that Pete Paul.
Yeah, you got room for it, but I think we need the nose weight of going 8S anyway.
Well, if we could do 2 6s if we need more.
Yeah, we could do 2 6s and run in there, 12S in there, but actually only running it at 6 still and just have more power.
Yep.
There's enough room in this one, guys, that you can get away with putting. You can put a lot of battery in the nose of this thing.
And it feels a little tail heavy, guys. So the only thing I'm worried about is those short nose and lots of tail. And
it's only on this airplane.
This particular doesn't have much of a nose, so a lot of body back here. So there's a lot of weight back here. So anyway,
I can address that though. I can address that too. This was the last one in the Motion RC is going to be made this way. They're addressing that, and the next ones are going to come.
I'm just saying that anytime any airplane that has a short nose and a long tail, you got a lot of the balance. It kind of gets a little harder to balance them.
Yeah,
I mean,
World
War I airplanes is a good example of that short nose, long tail.
Hey, Lori, what's that other camera look like right now?
You can't put enough weight in the nose.
The front. The other one. Yeah. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Fieseler Storch test pilot. You like that? Hey. Yeah. Ruffins, I agree. I think this one is worth the cash. If you see it in person for how big it is and how beautiful it is, you can understand it. Anybody that's been here for the show tonight. I guess I'll do one more quick walk around, guys, just for the guys that have gotten in late. Let them kind of get a look at it. Let me get my little camera ready here.
Well, they're out of stock at the present moment.
Yep, they're out of stock right now.
So you have enough time to watch our build videos. What I'd suggest to you is we're going to have these build videos coming up. We're actually going to put segments on this build video. The first video will be actually nothing but us in building the wing. I mean, this thing is so big, you just can't do a whole video. So we're going to break this up into the wing assembly. Then we're going to put the video, I think, on how to install the tail feathers and the servos. Then we're going to do a video on the landing gear.
I'll show you this, guys, but these are
so we will be breaking up this video in sections, not all at one time.
I can't figure out how to do it with my hand and hold the camera at the same time. But those are suspension. They go up and down.
So if that answers any, we're thinking that if we do one big video on everything, that people get a little bit bored
for an hour and a
half, and they don't want to do it that way. So they can always go in there to our videos and just watch what part they wanted to. You know, okay, I'm doing the landing gear, and I don't know what I need to do, or I want to see it how he's done it. So that's where we're going to do this one. And it's coming out. The videos are coming out very well. We're happy with the build videos. But I think that this thing would be maybe more than an hour. It probably would be 2 or 3 hours, and that's cutting it down. Yeah, this is one of those good winter projects for you guys that live in like Minnesota or Wisconsin or New York that's up to their eyeballs in snow. Buy one of these. Take your time putting it together. It'd be a great winter project.
I love the hinges on this plane too, guys. If you can, right here, there you go. The way they built those, there you go. And they are recessed down into the flap, and then you can see that they're Fowler. So the way these work, they're split to where the air can go through them.
Attached to the wing.
Right.
They're attached
so you can see
through hinges on wing hinges.
So even when they're up, you can still see the air can go through them. Pretty neat. And then your control rod, wherever it is, there it is, goes up into the wing, and your servo.
And I believe the Germans were the first one to come out with this technology. I might be wrong, but I believe that the Germans did this.
There we go. It's weird doing this and looking at it on camera.
I don't know if it was on this airplane or the Stuka that they did it first, but anyway. But I will say that this is the papa of all VTOL airplanes.
Yeah, it's one of the originals, yep. Anyway, guys, well.
And I can't wait for it to fly.
I can't wait either.
I'm ready. I would love to. I don't think I'm going to be here, but I'm really wanting to see this one fly, and I want to get my hands on the controls.
Something else, and everybody's talking about price, but for a large airplane this size, this one is actually not that expensive because you don't have retracts. There's no complicated air brakes or anything else that uses a bunch of servos. I mean, this is pretty much the budget-friendly quarter-scale airplane right here. Honestly, guys, I know y'all are going to think I'm crazy saying that for how much we're talking here, but this airplane costs less than that HSD Super Viper, and it's twice as big.
True. And it will, I can see that you can break this. If you had a pickup truck or a large SUV, you can
fit it in it. You're not going to get it in a Honda Civic, but if you have a large SUV or a pickup truck, you can transport this. The wing splits in half, so it's not a 9.5 foot wing. It splits in half. It's 4 feet.
Remember me hauling that?
But this is even smaller than that.
In a little S10, I put it out, put the wings out the back, strapped it down, and put the fuse in the. And I did it on an S10.
Yeah.
So it's possible that you can do this.
So like I said, I think this is a very budget friendly for somebody that wants to go into a quarter scale. And like I said, if you start looking at anything else, you're going to have Robart retracts are like $200.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or just there is some of them that come with electric retract,
but they're still
you got to buy a special electric retract servo.
You're going to spend a lot of money on your retracts if you go into an airplane this size and this caliber, because you're not going to put little wire sticks coming down on something this nice. You're going to want a scale looking retract.
No, for your first, I think this is a very wise plane for your first big quarter scale or large airplane.
This is after you've really gotten comfortable, guys. Like I said before, this is not a first airplane. This isn't a second airplane. This isn't a 10th or a 12th airplane. This is when you know what you're doing, and you're not tearing stuff up anymore, because
you can fly anything, and 90% of the time, or 98% of the time, you're going to come home with it.
Otherwise, it just doesn't. It's not smart when you can go buy an airplane that takes 4 screws to put together.
That's right. That's right.
You know, this is something after you've mastered all that stuff.
Okay, give you a good idea, guys. And I'm giving you my own experience. The first time I got into RC, I was in it from 1982 to 1988 until he came along. Then I took a 10-year hiatus. Then I flew from 1998 until 2000, and that's when I finally decided to build a quarter scale airplane. So it's not something you do.
You don't go into it lightly when you go to put one of these together.
Now, if you got the skills, I mean, if you got
the other thing I would say is you got to have a place to fly this. Yeah,
yes.
This isn't a park flyer by any means.
No.
You need to be at an AMA sanctioned field when you fly a 9.5 foot, 20-pound airplane.
I will say this airplane
it's
does
slow
not
enough,
need a lot of runway. I mean, you
still
need a lot of clearing.
If you hit somebody with this, though, you're going to kill them.
Oh yeah.
So you don't want to fly this just around anything. No houses or anything.
You're flying 20 pounds.
This is a 20-pound missile.
Yep. And
so be safe, guys. Is all we're saying. By the time you're looking at something like this, I hope you are smart enough to realize you shouldn't be flying this around a heavily populated area. But
no.
It surprises me all the time what people will do.
Fly this in a very safe area.
Anyway, guys, I'm not trying to go down that rabbit hole tonight. Thank y'all so much for stopping by.
Yep.
We've been working on this thing for 17 hours. Now we added another 2 hours of just sitting here BSing with it. But we've had a great time.
I'm enjoying it, guys. I mean, this is, I can't get over it. I'm just really enjoying this. And I can't wait till we get to the end and fly the thing.
You know, okay, before we go, real quick story. I leaned over to Dad today, and I've had this hit me every once in a while, but I looked at him and I said, did you ever think whenever you and me were learning to fly and farting around forever ago that our RC hobby would turn into what it has? As far as me and him building these giant airplanes and
or having a YouTube
channel, and you guys watching us.
People watch us do this kind of thing. No,
you know, we have there's a guy that watches our show called Bob McGaffin, and he comments to Dad all the time and calls and talks to him. He used to fly with us.
Well, Bob's the one that taught me how to fly.
He taught him how to fly,
how to build,
and. It's just funny to me. He's like, "Oh my God, what did Wesley got last week? Oh my God, look! Did you see that gigantic airplane?"
I think Bob would really like to be here with his hands in it because he did it for.
But,
I mean, this guy started in the. He just. But the problem, guys, that a lot of these people don't have the camaraderie anymore. And that's. I can't get over this, guys.
RC is a hobby you want to do with your friends.
Yeah, very much so. And it's kind of like old cars or anything else.
Yeah.
It's not very fun if you build one of these. And say,
that's
look at this. That's all of what it is. I mean, it's really like, hey, look what I got.
Yeah.
You want to fly it? I mean, or something like that, or you share what you've got, and he's going, "Oh my God, I'd like to have one of these." It's just
it's fun. You know, it's fun. You know, there's a lot of these airplanes. I'll bring them out to the field, and I'll say, "Here, fly this," or "Fly this," and the guys are always like, "Oh yeah, let me try that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Really, you're gonna let me fly it?" And it's always I love the look on people's faces and stuff. You know, we had Rudy fly the Avanti. 2 weeks ago or something. He'd never flown a jet before, and he's just like, this is amazing. The guy flies warbirds. I mean, great. So I was like, you can fly this, no problem. He's like, oh man, this thing's perfect.
I don't even know if I can fly again. It's been...
God, you haven't flown in...
I don't know. It's been
9 weeks?
65
days since he's flown last.
Flown anything. I don't even know if I can fly again. But anyway, it's kind of like a bicycle, right?
Did I miss something? Is Jordan Dole being a bad boy?
No, it was another person. I think we clicked the wrong one.
Can you unblock him then? Well, Jordan Dole is in here all the time. I think he's a good guy.
Oh, yeah, he's a good guy.
Can you unblock him? Sorry, Jordan. We had somebody being a Rahuffins. I'm just kidding. I'm giving you a hard time. We didn't mean to block you, Jordan. I'm sorry.
Just for a question, and this is just throwing it out there for me and you. What is our next giveaway goal?
I have no idea yet. Probably
$1,500.
I don't know.
$2,000.
Probably $2,000.
$2,000.
We'll probably do one at $2,000. I don't know yet.
I mean, we're growing
We're growing quickly, and I'm just trying to keep up with kind of what's going on. We will have another giveaway. I just don't know yet when it will be. Yes. And no, it's not going to be a Fieseler Storch.
Nope.
Somebody keeps saying that. Sorry, this one's not for you.
Somebody was saying said, hey Boozer, I know that's a big airplane, but I don't own any warbirds. What would be a great starter?
First warbird, we did a video on it.
Actually,
My personal opinion is the E-flite P47 with the Mr. Hanky on the side of it.
and mine is the E-flite T28
1200.
1.2 millimeter. That would be my first warbird.
Yeah, that's kind of how both. And we have done it's been forever ago. It was a live show somewhere along the way where we talked about it. But my first, the P47, and that kind of comes down to which shape do you like better, and do you want a tail dragger? Do you want to
tricycle gear?
Do you take off of grass? Do you take off of a hard surface? Because out of the grass, the T28 it tears that nose gear up way too easy. Tires, and it has wide gear stance. But if you're on a hard surface, I agree, the T28's a lot easier to fly.
Yeah.
But the P47 looks better.
It's all
dealer's choice,
but
guys.
Go back
you know?
to that video and watch that. I think it's the one where we have all the patches right in the front first. If you look at our videos, it's got a bunch of patches laying out on a black table first, and then we go into that.
I know, Ryan. I was trying to wind it down, and then it didn't happen, and the party just kept rolling. You missed out. You should have just stayed in here.
Where'd he go?
Oh, he said he was going to put the kids to bed or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't blame him.
Nope.
Daddy crush. Dad crush, is that what they call it? What was it? Dad advice? Dad advice. I need some dad advice. That was it. Dad jokes. Anybody got some good dad jokes for us?
So what do we have? We got something coming up on Wednesday? It's not this.
I don't know what it is.
The build on the Storch is not going to be this.
No,
Thursday.
and then we've got the build of the P38 is finished, but Lori still needs to edit it. And we had the first part of this one done today, and then the video editing software crashed, so that was great. Poor Miss Lori's been working her butt off, guys. Everybody, round of applause for Miss Lori. Round of emojis for Miss Lori, everybody. Come on, fill up the chat for Miss Lori. Round of emojis.
But,
Come on.
But there
You've been working.
What I'm saying is there is some in the can.
Yes, we've got a bunch of stuff out there, though.
So what I'm saying is we're not going to run out of videos.
No, we're not running out of videos anytime soon.
Come on by. We're still going to do
Did my chat
on
freeze?
Monday.
I hadn't seen nothing from a while from anybody.
No, it's not froze.
Y'all don't like Lori? I see how it is.
They're delayed, remember?
Oh, lame.
There it goes.
There it goes. Monkey Palmer 36. Berry Cheese RC.
Did anybody know that I got my Stick 'em Monkey Pants shirt on tonight?
Yeah, hey, Pilot Ryan, did you see that beautiful shirt that Papa Boozer's wearing? Here,
I'm
wait.
proud of this.
I got this.
I'm
Here,
proud
wait.
of this.
There
No,
we go.
do the back.
Here you go.
I'm
Lori,
proud of this. Stick 'em Monkey
look
Pants.
at that.
You guys
Look at that
need to go
shirt.
Get you a Sticky Monkey Pants shirt
Only available on the Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike,
show.
whatever it is, Teespring store.
Teespring store. It's got the thing on the front.
Look at that. I know the guy that drew that.
Stick 'em Monkey Pants.
I know the guy that made it.
I'm proud of it.
Look at all them
You
emojis.
guys need to go.
Hey,
and get
it's
you
a
Monkey
party. Oop. I might have gas. What happened? What?
Pants shirt. I can't believe
We
it.
got a dad joke on there for you.
What's the dad joke?
Says, where did it go?
I got a joke of jokes about unemployed people, but none of them work.
That's true. None of them work.
Oh, good times. Stick 'em monkey pants. Sticky underpants. Isn't that how it goes? Oh. Stick 'em underpants. That's right, Pilot Ryan.
But I just want to know.
Yeah, no.
I hope he sold a lot of them. I don't know.
Me too.
I never hear from him. You don't say nothing.
The monkey is riding a banana. Go check it out. Pilot Ryan, drop a link to your merch store. Come
Banana that's
It's
been
a banana
turned into
airplane.
a airplane.
If you look at it, the control stick, he's ripped part of the banana peel up, and that's the control stick. Dad actually designed that a while back for Ryan. It's pretty neat.
Again?
Yeah, here. Let's get it in here closer. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Hang on. All right. Come here. All right. Show him it again, Lori. If you see, he's pulling the banana peel up, and that's the control yoke, and he's riding a banana. I thought it's hilarious.
But it's a plane, and he's got pants on. The monkey's got pants
And
on.
we even got some Pilot Ryan right there. Get it from it. Monkey pants. Look at that. Pants.
And it's offered in two or
Couple
three different
colors,
colors. So go by and get you a Stick It Monkey Pants t-shirt. There you go.
Yes, we want to make stickers also. I know there's guys been wanting them. We've got some up there, but
They're not good for the front of your plane.
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the die cuts on there. They have a white line around the outside of them. They're kind of expensive in my opinion. So it's cool that we have them, but I've got some other options that I'm looking at on making stickers. They're still cool, don't get me wrong, but I would like to be able to make maybe some from Cali or somebody else that could print those stickers as an actual. I want them the size of like nose art, because I could see all of the stuff that you see on our store, the girls, the patches, whatever they look like, really neat nose art stickers, and I'd like to have them made as actual vinyls that are die cut, or not die cut where you've got the white line, but I want them just cut out perfect where you can put them on there and use them as nose art. But
and
there's been so much other stuff going lately that we just haven't done it.
What I was thinking of when I did all the Papa Girls was actually nose art, and was started the thing, and then I kind of just, and I've made a lot of them, but things have kind of went so fast on this thing that we've kind of let the artwork kind of go for a little while.
What do you call, what is it, an explosive horse? Napalm.
Napalm. Oh, God.
Oh, man, these jokes are getting good. Oh, watch out. Did y'all bring your camping gear? Because it's getting intense.
Boy.
You get that one?
Yeah, intense.
Intense.
I always like all the Mexican words of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Your mother gave it to
YouTube. Anyway, guys. All right, well, for real this time. It's been real. It's been fun. We've had a ball, but we have worked on this airplane all weekend.
And I'm going to bed.
I'm going to send Papa on his way.
Miles.
He's got to drive about 30 miles home tonight, and he's been here all day working on this airplane. The Fred Barron. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, the Fred Barron. I have my Barry White microphone tonight, so the Fred Barron. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ryan even dropped his thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I want to sell some shirts.
Raven Rock. Got a dad joke calendar. Nice. Oh, snap. Thank you very much, Fred. We really do appreciate it. All you guys that have super chatted us in the past, we thank you. We're humbled that you even do that for us. I mean, it's awesome, guys. And that's the reason that we're going to be able to afford to be able to put in the new shop. And you guys that are just getting in, we're getting ready to build. This room that we're setting in here is going to have a wall back here where you can't see our living room anymore. And this is going to be the new Boozer full-time studio shop. We're going to be able to put pictures up behind us and actually have a real desk out here in the middle,
a
and
lot more space.
a lot more space for these bigger airplanes. Because, like I was just telling him, we're
and then another
looking at
thing
big
is,
stuff.
We not only got one airplane going, you got like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I normally have 3 or 4 planes going, so it'll be nice to have the room to.
And Wesley
have.
asked me a long time ago, Dad, why don't you get back in the RC? And I said, I don't have.
I've got
the
nowhere
room
to do it, and I always said, "Well, I got that little bitty
got
room."
That little room in there. It don't take very long to put 6 screws together. What's the big deal? Well, here we go.
Yeah, I'm learning the hard way here, huh? But at least I've got him here, kind of to show me. There's nothing hard about this, but I always wanted the first time I put one together to have him beside me because he's put 10 bazillion of them together.
Well, not that many. But anyway, one other thing is we heard your request. We're into putting the boozer patch and the boozer plane. Just so if somebody missed that one earlier, we heard it.
Other camera.
And this is the boozer squadron patch.
We're getting there.
Sorry.
There it goes. Bam.
This is the boozer squadron patch. So Lori's going to do that. And she's working on the as the boozer plane.
Yep.
So here in a little while, we'll actually have a boozer shirt.
And this was the squadron patch for the bomber group that the Mary Boozer was in. Mm-hmm. You've seen all our other squadron patch stuff. This is the actual squadron patch off of my grandfather's jacket. This is from 1943. I mean, this is an original, real squadron patch.
Yep.
These are very rare. Well, this might be the only one of these in the world still for the Pathfinders.
Yeah.
And if you actually look in
I've never seen one.
If you actually look in the book that we were talking about squadron patches, they have the wrong one in there for them. So anyway, kind of neat. But that's going to be on the front of the shirt. And then the Mary Boozer B-24 is going to be on the back of the shirt.
And we're going to try to put the nose art.
Right, the nose art on the plane. It'll be really neat.
Hopefully we can do something really neat. And maybe, I think Wesley says possibly in the future, we might have light jackets.
We're looking at doing jackets too because they've got some new stuff on Teesprings to where you can print down the shoulders. So I'd really like to be able to do the 7th Air Force, the squadron patch, maybe the picture of the plane on the back, something like that. We don't know yet. We'll have to just keep working on it.
We're working. I mean, we're going to try to give you stuff that would be kind of neat that I would enjoy having back in the day, but you don't have to have a $200 one. But hopefully we're working on it. So let's cut
anyway, okay, for real. I say it every time. I'm just like Ryan. It's hard to quit talking to you guys. You get on a roll and you're having a good time. You could do this all night, but I know.
And I always want to make sure that they understand we're listening to
Right.
them.
We want you to know we're listening. We want you to know that we think your time is valuable. We never try and keep you around, just to keep you around. We want to always be providing y'all the best show we can.
Yeah. And the products that you're asking for, and the reviews you want to see, and all that other stuff. Yeah. So we're trying very hard.
We hope you enjoy the Black Horse. We'll have it on again. I'm sure probably James, I think, is supposed to come back on before Jolly Good, and we'll talk about it once the airplane's finished. I'm hoping to fly it probably not next weekend unless I finish it this week, but probably the week after I probably will be flying this plane.
And I won't be here.
Well, what the heck? I don't know. We'll have to look at it. I do want to maiden fly it before the event. So it'll be flying in the next 2 to 3 weeks, though. This plane will be up. It's almost done as it sets right now. I mean, the motor and then just kind of put the pilots and stuff in. I mean, it's almost done, but anyway, guys, we've had so much fun being with y'all, and we appreciate everything. Without you supporting us, we wouldn't have the airplanes that we have setting here.
Correct.
We wouldn't be doing what we're doing if it wasn't for you guys, the community, supporting us. Your super chats have been amazing, and that's going to help afford to put in the new shop.
And I think we started a year ago in September.
We're almost at a year of YouTube. Yes, we're very close. I got the notification the other day that it was coming up too, and I'll have to figure out what day that is. But we are coming up on our 1-year anniversary of being YouTubers. How funny is it in a year how different this has become?
I mean, you go back to like you said, you always go back to the first video. I look like
we look at the first video, and Dad's like,
it's the Spitfire. It's the Spitfire video, and I'm sitting over there going, "You got to be kidding me! I'm not going to say a word."
Right.
And it's
you know what you've lost in that time though? He used to I'll
never forget the first video we made. Anyway, I'm not even.
He's gotten comfortable now. I mean, it's like you get used to it, and it's almost like talking. We know most of you guys that we're talking to out there. You know, we see you in all the other chats and everything. You know.
True. And I've met some of you in person, so I know you're just.
If we say Dave or Dave and Dave, well, there's like 15 Daves in there right now, but Dave Kowalski, Dave.
But I'm looking forward to meeting all these guys one of these days.
One of these days, yeah.
One of these days.
And I know I'm going to meet some of you at Jolly Good. I've heard several guys that are going, so that'll be really good. And I really want to try and make it to Neffy because that's a further north one. And eventually I want to try and make it to something out on the other side, but I don't even know what some of the big events are out towards that side of the country. I don't know. It's hard. Dallas would be a good one, but I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. All right. This is it. This is it. All right, we're for really leaving. We're going to talk to y'all all night, and we got to get Papa in bed because he's tired.
No, I'm not that tired.
The princess is tired. I'll take the blame.
He's got to go to work. I don't have to go to work.
That's right. All right. Guys, thank y'all for being here. 5, 4. Down here on the table. 3, 2, 1.
That's it.
Bye, guys. See y'all later.
Have a great week.
We've had a lot.